Hello everyone, my name is Sir Mzungu and today I'm going to tell you about teaching strategies. So today I'm going to educate educators how to teach teachers. I know you have so many teachers around the world teaching different subjects like physics, biology, chemistry, geography, mathematics, language, and others, so many. But apart from the subject you're teaching, you teachers should also get to know the teaching strategies. These are the methods and techniques that you can use in the class to make sure you help your students in their learning process. So this can improve the classroom behavior and build up the better relationship and community in the class. Also, will create the positive classroom environment or atmosphere, the things we're eagerly looking for. Today I am going to give you 5 tips that you can use in the class to make sure you help your student in their learning process. But make sure when using this tip, you should have a reason behind. Don't use, as I said, use them. No. Have a reason. Maybe I'm using this tip because of the age of my student or the subject or something. Should have a reason when using this tip. I've had a lot of comments and complaints from the students. They say that maybe saying a subject is hard, other is easier, but the issue is we don't have tough or easy subject. All are equal. The issue is the relationship between teacher and the student or the classroom environment. Is it positive or negative? If it is positive, things will go smooth, but if it is negative, things will go a bit sour. And we teacher, we are innovator. Our head should be a container, carry a lot of tricks to try in the class and to see the reaction on the student eyes when we're teaching them. Tip number 1 today, it is introduction. How introduction will improve the positive classroom environment. I know the first day in the class it can be the challenge for both students and teachers because we don't know each other better. So teacher is the one who's supposed to settle the situations and your student to feel at ease in your class. What can you do? Introduce yourself. Do something we call ice breaking. Mention your name, your nicknames, where you come from, the subject you're teaching, also. Then tell them the funny thing that can make them to laugh at you. You know, when they smile at you, they can build a trust, and also it's the molecule from them to you. Finally, the brain will build up the chemistry between two of you. So that's why introduction is very important. Then after them to know you well, also get to know them better by interview them. Ask them their name, their nicknames, where they come from, why they picked those subject, and also ask them the better way in learning. Then try to understand their characters or behavior, because it can help you in group them, because you need to group. Some of students, they are so shy, they can't discuss in front of others, but they can do it when they are few in number. So make sure you put a group of few people that everyone will give out his or her opinion there, in grouping into small number of people. So allow them to use their nickname in your class. This will create the positive vibes also. Allow them to use their nicknames, even though they have their full names, maybe official name like maybe Shamim or Eriza, but if she loves to call herself Riz or Shami, allow her to use that nickname in your class. Will help to improve the positive vibes in the class. This is how introduction will improve a positive classroom environment. Now let's see the tip number 2. Tip number 2, it is setting goals and commitment. We know that we are teaching a class. Don't let them to work as if they're blind. They don't know where they're going. Try to let them foresee where they're going. And how can you do this? By outlining the curriculum on the banners, on the posters. Show them what and when and how they can learn on that term or year. For instance, you're going to teach mathematics from 2. Just tell them in the first week you're going to learn maybe exponent. Second week, radical. Third week, trigonometric ratio. Fourth week, logarithm. And last week, quadratic equations. Then you shall learn in this way and in that place. Also tell them how you can assess on those topics. Maybe we have a formative assessment and summative assessment. Most of teachers are also confusing these two things and using different energy in these two things. You should use the same energy in these two things because all they can give you the result. Formative assessment that we do after finishing one topic only, and to see if student is struggling a lot in your topic. And summative we do after finishing the block of task or year or term, to see if the job has been understood for the year or term. Also try to prepare the contract and let everyone come and signing those contracts, which having the guidelines of the class, having the group goals, class goals, and when they're signing, they can see this is a serious business, so no compromising, and there will be attention in your class. That is how setting goals and commitment will improve the positive classroom environment and also will build the better relationship between you and your student. And so tip number 3 now, it is teaching style. Very important. How are you teaching the student now? How do you deliver your knowledge? We know that first thing here, competence. You teacher should be the competence in the subject you're teaching out at school. Don't worry, sit down, read effectively. They say teacher is a long life learner, so don't stop learning because things are changing every day. Don't rely on your old past things because things are changing every day. Things are revised every day. For instance, now the government of Tanzania has revised the curriculum from content-based to the competence-based in 2015. So if you can rely on your old past thing, it will be hard for your student to pursuing or to perform or to pass the national exam or the external exam. So make sure every time you're becoming up to date, sit down, read effectively. Be competent on your subject or career. After being competent, when you go to class, try to maintain the contact eyes. Then use polite language in the class. Also, keep the phone in your pocket. Don't use phone while teaching. Very important. That is the thing number one in teaching style. The thing number two in teaching style, it is have a limited lecture. Don't speak from the beginning to the end of your class hours. Sometimes if you have 2 hours in a class, try to divide into sections. Maybe I'll speak for 20 minutes, then 5 will do the class activities or questions. Again, 20 minutes for speaking, 5 for doing questions. After finishing the 2 hours, you can find yourself you solve almost 5 to 6 questions. And after finishing the topic, you can see yourself you solved almost many questions. And I think, the more questions you solved, your students, the more good they become in time management, in familiarity to the real questions, and also in confident. So try to solve many questions as you are in the class. That is thing number two in a teaching style. Also, the third thing in teaching style, it is try to initiate metacognitive strategies. Yeah, when you go to class, before you teach anything, write the introduction there. We're going to learning maybe cytology or maybe classification. So before you speak anything concerning that things, let students talk, presenting what they know concerning that topic by using their own language and their own knowledge. And when they present, try to ask them the questions like how and why. This will help you or help them to improve their thinking skills. When you ask you why this, how this, it can help them to improve their thinking skills. So try to initiate metacognitive strategy. The fourth thing in this teaching style is try to initiate hot cue system, high order thinking questions. I mean, after finishing the class, before you go out, leave them with 3 to 4 tough questions that they can discuss together with other friends, maybe sisters and brothers, and make sure they can use a lot of tricks on solving those questions. You can help them to improve their problem-solving techniques. That is how the teaching style, how it can improve positive classroom environment. The tip number 4, it is learning style. Most of teachers know that learning is a part of student only, but not. Learning also can be contributed by the teacher. You should prepare the environment that your student will learn things effectively from you. How can you do this? The first thing it is communication. Use non-verbal communication in the class. I mean, complete your words by an action. For those subjects like biology, chemistry, physics, and other which need practical, after finishing the theory, immediately go lab and do the practical. This will help them to learning effectively from you. And also other subjects like geography, which needs them to see the physical feature like soil degradation or land alienation or pollution or maybe geographical hazards like in earthquakes or volcanic eruption. Let them see on the video or there in the class. Put the video projector and let them see. They can read effectively and it's not easy to forget. Also have reading books like maybe novels and praise. Now very many books are very movie, so instead of reading only, let them also watch the movie of it. Assume you're going to link the book of Ngoswe Penzi Kitabu cha Uzembe. This book is from 2, I think, and it's also very movie. So instead of reading only, let them watch a movie of that because they can see, maybe even dinner time or evening time. Because when they see the character of that book, maybe Mazoea or Ngoswe himself, or Mzee Kifaruande, or Mzee Mitumingi, how is look alike, it can be hard for them to forget is that thing. So they can learn effectively from that thing. They see Mazoea dressed like this, Ngoswe was walking like this, so it will be easy for them to remember anytime. So they learned it effectively. So try to use a non-verbal communication. The second thing it is, try to do what we call a graphics organizer. Even locally, you cannot do the professional but locally in the class. If you have the permanent class which deal with maybe PCB students who are taking biology, physics, and chemistry, and you know that they are permanent in this class, so make sure the wall of the class is materialized with the concerning subject. When they look front, they can see board and you, but the first wall of the class should carry material concerning maybe biology. All drawings, maybe for dissection or classifications, materials, principles, definitions, and important things concerning biology to be appeared on the first wall. The second wall should carry things concerning physics, maybe principles, formula, calculations, and many things, drawings concerning the physics. And the last wall should carry about chemistry, maybe reactions, periodic table, compounds, organic things, inorganic, and others, so many. So this can help them to be materialized in the class. When they see the wall, look at the wall, they see material, the wall there. So it can be easy for them to read or to study or to learn effectively. Even if they come across that in their books, it can be easy for them to see the wall and remember something concerning the thing which are responsible to. So try to use graphics as an organizer. Allow them to have a notebook also in the class to note the important things when you teach, and tell them this maybe is very important things, not with a red pen down. This in normal things, not with a black pen. This is moderate, not with a blue pen. Because sometimes teacher can speak exams, so make sure you let them note the very important things in your class. Okay, that's how learning style will improve positive classroom environment. Last tip to create positive classroom environment, it is motivation. And the first thing you should do here, it is avoid punishing the whole class if one student goes off task, because you can hurt others who are on task, and then after hurting them, it can jeopardize their learning process. Make sure if someone did wrong, deal with him individually and privately. Call in the office, ask him, why you do this? I don't like this, I don't like this. Leave others safe. The second thing, try to hold some parties at school and tell them like this: the interest of this party, it will be the way you answered questions in my class. So if you answer more than 10 questions, you get the ticket to attend my party. If you answer maybe 15 questions, you attend the party. So this will impress them to struggle more in your class, in your subject. But when they struggle more for attending party, they will also improve their learning skills, learning process. So that's all about holding the party. In the party also, try to prepare some tangible activity there for those who did well in exams and also in the class in answering questions. So this will also motivate them to fight for your topic or for your subject, but while they're fighting also for their future and career. Another thing here in motivation, it is try to make some appreciation letters or call for the parents if students did well at school. We have students who do well at school, so this is a cooperation between parents and teacher. If one is weak, student cannot perform well at school. So we are dependent on each other, student and parents. So when student did well at school, please call the parents, show appreciation, say, hey, I called to appreciate or tell you that your son or daughter has done well at school. So congratulations and keep it up. This will motivate parents to invest more energy and more resources in academic when the daughter came back in holiday. Another thing here is try to prepare some trips for the student to recreate their mind. Maybe even once after 3 months. You go maybe for waterfall or in national parks or in camping, summer camp or summer trips, all of them that can make sure they recreate their mind and bring them back and restore their brain. When they come back to school, they come with a fresh mind. So these are just tricky methods that can help you to improve the positive classroom environment and to improve the relationship between teacher and student. Thank you very much.